funny for Sid's butt.
Oh, cheese?
What?
What?
Goblins? Cheese?
Actually, I don't want you to repeat it. Welcome to As It Is Below, a Brindlewood Bay actual play campaign from Looking for Mom ttrpg. Tonight, a very, very special shout out to my one ride or die, Lactaid. Lactaid, we love you. Even all the knockoff versions of you. But if you're the real one, please sponsor us. And this is on brand because today is National Cheese Day. For those of you who are celebrating, make sure you get your Lactaid. This is not SpawnCon. It's because some of us literally need it. In honor of National Cheese Day, we are starting a brand new mystery for Brindlewood Bay. And it's written by me. It's written by me. We are
It's
doing
available on itch.io, by
No,
the
I'm
way.
gonna say
Go
that
check it
part.
out, Shot Games.
It's written by me for these fine folks to make a Muenster, and like Megan said, you can find that and all of the other mysteries I've written for Brindlewood Bay at my itch.io link in the description. So go ahead, head down there. As far as I know, we're the first group brave enough to run a cheese festival themed mystery. So go team. Go team. This is also, I think, the only cheese festival themed mystery on the market so far, but I bet it's going to be a growing trend. But before we tantalize our trauma taste buds with this mystery, there's a little bit of an appetizer, the special that we just released. You should, if you haven't sort of gotten your palate ready, pause, we'll wait, and go watch that, and then come back. I'm not going to recap it here because honestly, how could you? But if you want to know what's up with the midwives, what happened to the vulture, how Taya Marina's date went, a possession, and some other things, I would just go watch it if I were you. You'll enjoy it, I promise. And if you don't tell me. Now, tonight, I think there are some reintroductions in order. What fine, aged, and cultured mavens do we have with us today?
Hey there, I'm Megan, and I'll be playing Violet today. Both use she, her pronouns, and you better believe that Violet is thinking about the Ghost Raven and Phoenix and hoping that she doesn't make things too awkward, which wouldn't be great.
Incredible. Hi, my name is Angeli. My pronouns are she, her. My character's name is Taya De La Rosa, also she, her, who wants to say, hey Marina, do you have a map scrawled on the back of a picture of a Waitley with a creepy stuffed dodo? Because I keep getting lost in your eyes. Stop!
Man. Wow. How do I follow that up? Hi, I'm Basni, pronouns she, her. I'll be playing Marina, also she, her. And Marina feels feta than ever after fondue activities with Taya. After being provolone for so long, she can't believe how giddy she feels after Taya has stolen a piece of her heart.
Bravo.
I packed them all in there.
You did.
I need
Give
good
me a
thing
run
we have
for my money.
Lactaid. Yeah.
Good thing we've got
Artem-
Lactaid. Sponsor us.
Yeah, sponsor us. Artemis appreciated that. That was so good.
Thank you, Artemis.
My name is Sid or Sydney. My pronouns are she, her. And you cheddar believe I'm going to be playing all the rest of these fine folk here at the Cheddar and Jive, a cheese-themed expo and fair. A little bit about Cheddar and Jive for our folks at home. This festival has just returned to Brindlewood Bay after a year off. A staple of the season, no expense has been spared to market several events and cheese accoutrements, including the Miss Brie-Lieve It Brindlewood competition, a throng of vendors with specialty dairies. And this year, up-and-coming metal band Permanent Damage will be performing. They're headlining the evening portion of the expo as the organizers hope to draw in a younger crowd. I tell you what, it's going to be a good time. let's catch up with our mavens. It's been some time since we saw you in our special. I would say it's been at least, I would say minimum 2 weeks, maybe 3. And this event has been the talk of the town. Of course, you all know it didn't come by last year. They missed their last East Coast tour circuit, but reports conflict as to why. Bayside News, of course, reports that it was a lack of funds after a prominent donor pulled out, while nearby Faversham shared that Cheddar and Jive had been plagued with logistical issues. Still, others out there think it might be big medicines, interaction, and lobbying, while more supernatural theories exist at late night bars and gossip circles. Those theories may be spurred on by the fact that the last Miss Brie-Lieve It gave up her crown 2 years ago and hasn't been seen since. Now, taking up the entirety of the city's squares, sidewalks, and roads, all of these vendors, sponsors, and businesses are set up to capture the masses. In addition to the sign-up booths for both the cheese wheel race and the pageant, stalls of all variety have gone up with their own banners and tents and specialty items. We're going to follow a giant cheese head hat in one of those Wisconsin cheese heads as a fan moves throughout the crowd. And out of the corner of our camera, we are gonna spot. Are you all together? One of you? Let's go to Violet. Violet, how do we see you? How have you spent your time at the festival so far?
Okay, Violet and Gavin have spent some time wandering around, and they have checked out homage to fromage. There we go. With lots of fancy rare cheeses. And I think they have definitely have a pretty heavy bag of cheese to bring home. And do a little, they're probably planning, a nice charcuterie board to invite Taya and Marina over later.
Absolutely. Gavin holds out the event map. I don't understand why they would put the salami man at the very end of the row when the rare rinds are right here. Who planned this thing?
I don't know. Like,
You see,
yeah, I see. I mean, they probably want you to buy like the other things in the middle.
oh, you're so smart.
It is inconvenient though. That's a really good point.
It is.
Yeah.
That's all right because I think there's a chocolate one in between that we could maybe stop at.
Yes.
Okay.
Say less.
We see the two of you continue to walk on as you guys head towards the chocolate tent, which is unfortunately next to Black and Blues, the tasty history of the smelliest spreads. Our camera moves on throughout the event, and we're going to go find Taya. Taya, are you alone? Are you with someone? What's going on?
Probably with Marina. Oh, yeah. I think Taya's probably wanted to go do the baby bell bobbing, but as per like being with Marina, she would have wanted to go to the Swiss Fortunes. Only if Marina wanted to go though.
I feel like she definitely would have wanted to go, and then also like go to the bobbing so that she could cheer Taya on.
Yeah, Taya's probably like, I mean, we could check out the Fortunes. I think, just in case, right?
Yeah, but we are gonna hit the bobbing. I mean, I want to see how well you do.
Oh yeah, no, I got this. I'll win you that giant stuffed cheese.
Really? And what about the big cheese hat? I think that.
Oh yeah, I'll do that too.
You're gonna go Baby Bell Bob for the big cheese hat?
Do you want
Taya?
to? You want to do that first?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We'll bob for the cheeses.
Great. Give me a day move with vitality.
Great. Don't
This
F
week
this
you've
up,
got
guys.
this.
What could go wrong?
Oh no, gosh. Okay. I didn't look at it. Taya could like inhale a whole bunch of water. They're like bobbing in water, right?
Yeah.
And start like choking. In front of
It's at least it might not even be the cleanest water. You know how many people stuck their head in here so far? Bobbing is unsanitary.
Disgusting.
All right, what'd you get?
Okay. Vitality, right?
Yes.
10.
All right. Just enough. Tell me how you pull out the smallest cheese at the bottom with the biggest prize number on the back.
I think Taya like looks back at Marina and holds her hand out like for Marina to take it. And then
Takes it, squeezes.
fully shoves her face in to grab the tiniest little baby bell cheese.
It's in a gold wrapper versus the traditional like red. And yeah, as you pull it out, a very tired Petra, who is working this stand, goes, "That's the one for the cheese hat, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
Hand it over, Petra.
Oh, please would be nice. Okay. Yeah, here you go. And it's one of those, it's one of those cheese hats, big old foam.
Taya's gonna take it and put it on top of Marina's head and like adjust it.
How bushy is your hair, Marina?
So bushy. Just maximum volume, and then just she's just grinning from ear to ear. And I'm holding myself back from saying the dirtier thing that I thought. And she's just gonna say, "I knew you'd be good at that."
I mean, with what we were doing last night, yeah.
And we hard cut to a little bit later or earlier at the Swiss Fortunes. This will be technically Marina's opening montage now. Marina, you and Taya are at Swiss Fortunes, the Art of Cheese Divination. And running this booth, let me see. Oh, I know who's running this booth. Madison Hapsbury is running this booth. Book Club Madison.
Madison.
All right, have you picked your slice of cheese?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, lay it down and we shall melt it and see what the bubbles tell us.
Just kind of nervous, and then just bloop. Watches it like.
As you watch it, it begins to bubble and percolate. I think it's a pretty good segue to your Dale Cooper move.
Ooh, what a way.
As the cheese begins to melt, your mind begins to go elsewhere. Marina, you've had it pretty good lately despite all the things bad going on, right? Mm-hmm. I seem to remember one terrible octane trip in which you floated into oblivion and heard the voices of your two most loved humans repeat back and forth on one another as they claimed how lost you were to your face. But that was several weeks ago, and you haven't had really a bad dream since. Honestly, you haven't been doing much sleeping, as we've heard. But you did sleep last night. Fully sleep. And that's mostly I bet because Taya needed to get her rest before the cheese wheel race.
Mm-hmm.
And when you sleep, you dream. And when you dream, sometimes bad things happen. What's been worrying you the most, Marina?
I think like the imminent danger of like the party, thinking of George and how he's just stuck there, and if thinking if it's only about time that all of that starts to seep into her life and into Taya and Violet. And
Yeah. Because if there's a way that someone like George Maplethorpe can be stuck somewhere for years, what's stopping that from happening to one of you? Forever and ever, held by that crazy dodo in that alternate dimension. And I think these are the thoughts that start to circulate as you try to drift off. These worries that bubble up underneath when you have a chance to be alone with your thoughts. Tonight, you are on stage. Lights are bright and shining down on you. There is a crowd waiting out in front of you. You're in the Little League outfit that you often are in your dreams. A dated piece that, one afternoon you found in a photo catalog at the library that dates back to the late 60s or so. And everyone in this crowd is looking at you, waiting for you to do something.
she just like looks around and sees if she's the one throwing, catching, hitting. Yeah, hitting.
There's no bases. You don't have a baseball mitt on. And as you look around, things start to populate on the stage. A stool, a microphone, a puppet of a cheese wheel with a little tiara on top.
She approaches the puppet. Just thinks that's a little curious. Strange thing to see in her dream.
You're a strange thing to see in my dream.
Oh. Just hopeful. She's just, George?
No, you're Marina. I'm Miss Brie-Lieve It.
Oh, Miss Brie-Lieve It.
Yeah, I'm glad you sort of finally walked over here because all these people are waiting.
What are they waiting for?
For your show.
My show? What's my show?
Well, your puppet show. Come on.
I don't have a puppet show.
Well, you have
Can
a
you help
puppet
me?
and you have a show. Yeah, this is what we do.
Okay, and does is it like a hand-in puppet?
Yeah. Think of a cheese, like a Pac-Man style cheese wheel where like there's a triangle missing that you can then move. Yes.
Okay. Like tries to do that and see well, let's see what happens.
As you stick your hand in, I'm gonna need you to roll a night move with composure because it is not the sensation you would imagine it to be.
Ooh. Okay, composure. Okay.
As you roll this, what are you? I'm sure that was your preliminary. So what are you? Let me tell you what it feels like, so then you can answer this question. You stick your hand in. The closest thing that comes to your mind is when you are like folding things into ground meat.
Uh-huh.
And it's warm. So with that in mind, as you put your hand into Miss Brie-Lieve It, what are you afraid of?
I think mostly of it being some kind of thing that sucks you in, and that this isn't going to be not the kind of show that these people came to see. And
it's worse than that.
Gross.
It's worse than that.
Mm-hmm.
Not only what might it suck you in and be gross, it might be exactly the type of show these people want to see.
Oh. Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Roll some composure.
4, 5, 6.
Oh. As you stick your hand in this cheese-themed puppet, not only is the sensation awful, I think it's like sensually overwhelming to the point where you don't know if you're going to throw up or pass out or both. And then your mouth starts moving and Miss Brie-Lieve It's voice comes out of it as the cheese wheel puppets you.
Awesome. Horrifying.
Given those reactions, I'm gonna pause real quick. How are we doing? Is that okay, or is that too gross?
Good.
That's good.
It's good. It's just absolutely awful.
Yeah. It's
Okay, that was the goal.
Yeah.
It's awesome and horrifying.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
Okay, wonderful.
But I appreciate the check-in.
Yeah.
Marina, this thing begins to puppet you. You feel yourself starting to speak, welcoming everyone to the show, that you were so honored to be invited to perform for the party. And then you start saying the most intimate details of your darkest secrets. I'm gonna invite you, because you're in control, you're not in control of your character this time, but you're in control of your character's lore. What spills out of your mouth?
Oh. I think the most like intrusive and untrue things of like feeling so much freedom after Ryan died. Being like, all of the things that I had to do, he was probably just holding me back. Sure, he loved me. Sure, I love him. But look at the life I live now. Just all of this, all of that kind of stuff. It was honestly such a weight off my shoulders. And I'm so happy that I can finally admit it out loud.
And the crowd roars and cheers. Someone foams at the mouth. They all have such an ecstatic release at your admission here, at your talent, your performance for the party. All of the best acts have a kernel of truth at the center of them, don't they, Marina? Where you feel connected to the artist on stage.
Yep.
At the very back of the crowd stands at least 12 fully cloaked individuals with pallid white masks, most of which have some sort of carved suit in blood on them, but not all of them. Those of you who watched our special know that one of those recently got cleared. And as the crowd continues to roar, the puppet turns itself on its hand to you. It goes, "See, I told you they were waiting for your show."
I don't like this show.
You wrote it.
I didn't write this. I don't. And she's like just weeping. I imagine her like weeping, but like still like having like a puppeted smile on. It looks, in my mind, it looks so insane. But like, no, this isn't my show. I didn't write this. I don't believe any of it.
Puppet turns back around, puppets you once more. Thanks everyone for coming, for listening to your special. You hope they enjoy the rest of the party and the after party and all of the afters that will come after the after party. And the crowd yells in their idolation of you, and they're throwing what at first you think are dollar bills, but then clearly become playing cards up onto the stage at you. Each one, instead of a face card, a grotesque imagery of Ryan.
Just looking at them all, openly weeping, and I think she like gets on her knees and she's like, I don't mean it at all. Just like trying to gather them up. I'm sorry. And like holding them to her chest.
As you do that, I imagine you took the puppet off at that point, in the same squelch as when you put it on and put it back on the stool. As you go and pick all of this up, and the puppet continues to repeat the same things you said about Ryan, but changing certain details. Sometimes the puppet says Taya's name. Sometimes the puppet speaks as if everyone will be free after some certain death. As you pick up these cards of Ryan, the puppet seems to have no regard for you anymore. You can leave whenever you want.
I think she's still clutching onto these cards and like trying to tell the puppet, the crowd, herself that it's not true. I don't mean it. It's not true. I don't believe any of it.
I think it's in those admissions, it's not true, I don't believe any of it, that your voice is quickly swallowed by a crowd who is believing otherwise. After all, they saw you say it. And the louder you yell, the louder they get. As if you can't possibly get any of them to listen. This crowd continues to nearly go feral. And as they get louder and you get louder, the Miss Brie-Lieve It cheese puppet continues to grow bigger and bigger. I think the link here between your Swiss fortune and the remembrance of this dream is right when it feels like the stage must be caving underneath the weight of this cheese wheel. The entire wheel melts. And it melts because the sun moves closer, and the stage and all of the people in the cheese wheel are obliterated. And for a brief moment, you are left with playing cards clutched to your chest in your little baseball uniform, and nothing but white emptiness. And then you woke up.
Oh, and Taya wasn't there. I was gonna say she turns around, just hugs Taya. It's like, no, she's there.
Yeah,
What did
Taya
you
just,
say?
like instinctively wraps her arms around Marina, still like half asleep, like, it's okay, we'll play baseball tomorrow, I promise.
Oh, man, I imagine it might have been like 5 or 4:30 a.m. just like woken up from this dream and like cannot go back to sleep at all, and but doesn't want to move.
We cut back to you getting your Swiss fortune from Madison Hapsbury. And as the Swiss cheese melts, it begins to burn and immolate. And in its place, a black envelope appears. Madison goes, oh, that only happens in very special occasions.
Oh. She kind of smiles because I'm like, oh, okay, glad that's normal then. Probably some little carnival trick.
tricks. These are fortunes. You take that because they are, from what I hear, very personal to the receiver. And we'll comp your visit since I have nothing else to add to a fortune that comes in an envelope.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks. This was very cool.
You're welcome. Welcome. Yeah, I've been sort of dabbling in more obscure divinations. I can stamp your cheese passport if you'd like.
Yes. There's no different passport.
Your little book, and she stamps. If you fill up the entire passport before the end of the festival, you can trade it in for some like coupons.
Amazing. How many are there? Because now it's Marina's life's mission.
There's a stamp for each one of the locations, as well as going to the cheese wheel race, getting a stamp from a Miss Brie-Lieve It, and getting a entrance stamp into the stage area for the permanent damage concert.
Okay. Sick.
Wonderful. We leave the two of you there, and our clock itches forward. We see people's shadows grow shorter and then start to grow longer as the sun gets higher in the sky. And in a moment, we're going to land at the cheese wheel race. That the younger divisions all went earlier in the day. The geriatric division is in the middle of the day. But before that, I have an establishing question I do need to ask. One maven, actually, I have two questions I want to ask. One maven has a wild tale about the last Cheddar and Jive. What did you see at the festival 2 years ago that no one will believe you about?
Interesting. Oh gosh. And this is to all of us, right?
One maven has a
one.
wild tale.
We should definitely go with something else, but my first thought was very on brand and was a cheese raven.
Jeez.
We can't put another thematically important bird into this campaign. We are full on birds.
Sid, I believe that you have a higher
Brie-Lieve?
capacity. I believe that you have a higher capacity for birds than.
Maybe if I didn't get up so early today, I would. But right now I'm full. I'm full up on birds.
You literally have a bird in your last name. Come on.
Yeah, that's taking one of the spots. Don't dox me on the internet.
They don't know which bird.
Yeah.
Yeah, blue-footed booby-ist.
I was gonna say it was Raven because that's where the ghost Raven came from, but yeah, no.
Yeah, play on my Reynard. That's fine.
Sid's government name is Sid Blue-Footed Booby. You heard it here first, folks.
Yep. Which one of you has a wild tale about something you saw 2 years ago here that no one believes you about? That's not a cheese bird. Asterisk.
Wow.
I know I'm such a terrible, I'm really restricting you.
Yeah, there were no restrictions at first, and then suddenly I start talking, and you start cutting birds out of the story. Okay.
I can't cut away screen time from our other birds.
Oh, I think, alright, well fine, my non-bird idea is that, Violet swears that one of the people who won, one of the divisions, a previous year, she swears she saw them like blink out and blink back by the finish line, and nobody else believes her that it happened. But she's like, no, they disappeared and then they reappeared by the finish line. Like, I don't understand why you won't believe me.
It was Taya.
She's so
gonna
fast.
say, this is why no one believes her, is because she's talked about the ghost raven for years, and they're like, no, we don't believe.
You know who
I don't
I
know.
think it is? Oh gosh, let me get to the right. Oh, their name is also Daisy, which doesn't do us well because we've got a Daisy in this mystery. Daisy Gibney, the like personal trainer from the freezer section of murder.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Because I don't think anyone else in the freezer section of murder would be running the cheese wheel race. That's still alive, of course. But Daisy would.
Ooh.
There's a cash prize. Those legs are long, but they're not that long.
School's expensive.
School's expensive.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Yes, and no one will believe you about this thing because Daisy Gibney is an athlete. Why would they need to cheat when they could just beat everyone in their division? But you know, something's not right there. For sure.
Yeah.
I have a question for all of you because I do believe all of you have a shadow in the garden selected on your void crowns,
Ooh.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. What cheese seems sinister in nature, and why do you want to try it so badly?
Oh.
What was the cheese in Marina's dream?
It was like a Parmigiano Reggiano wheel.
Yum. Okay. That one.
For obvious reasons.
Bro. Yeah, and it looks so appetizing, but at the same time, she keeps remembering the like gooey, like, ugh. She's like, why do I want to eat it if like? Ugh.
Yeah, it's like it's definitely a sickening feeling.
It's like a morbid curiosity. Like I want it, but I know I shouldn't.
That's to put it lightly, I think.
Yeah.
Taya and Violet?
I was gonna say a type of cheese that might cross one of our lines, so never mind.
Thank you.
I'm gonna say donkey cheese, like donkey milk cheese. I don't know. Seems like something exotic that Taya would really want to try.
But it also seems sinister.
Oh yeah, like she don't trust them donkeys.
All right. You heard it here, donkeys. Violet. What cheese seems sinister in nature to you?
You know, I think there might be some monsters in the Muenster.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Muenster is this year's theme, after all.
Yep.
Cheese of the year, 2025.
Daisy ate some right before that race.
Some of that fabled Muenster.
All I'm
All
saying.
right. I personally, as a GM, feel like Jarlsberg cheese is sinister. That's a villain name. Jarlsberg? That's someone who's trying to up the taxes and make it be a fiefdom, for sure.
Yeah, it was a big old mustache.
Yeah, exactly. Curls at the end. Jarlsberg. All right. Well, we cut to Cheese Race Hill, a large hill that looms over the festival, dotted with trees. Boundary lines have been set up for the upcoming cheese wheel race. Cheddar and Jive volunteers walk the course, removing large rocks. Two of the volunteers you all know, of course, you see Miss Petra, who has gotten a break from Baby Bell bobbing to come do this, as well as Amelia, who is picking up rocks and specifically looking underneath them before remembering she needs to move them all the way off the course. A paint the scene question for our Cheese Race Hill. The Cheese Race Hill has an unnerving past. What is it, and why are some protesting the location? What happened here?
The Cheese Race Hill.
Taya's won so many years in a row that people are just saying it's cheating.
No conspiracies.
No. But there, I mean, there could be allegations of cheating with this hill in general for sure. Whether it's Taya winning a whole bunch in the geriatric division, um, or others. Maybe something about this hill makes it easier to cheat.
My mind now went for a different kind of cheating.
Sure.
Whoa.
Like maybe this used to be like a little like meetup spot where lots of scandals happen, like kind of like one of those like drive up like make out places, except for in the old times, like people would just go there and cheat on their husbands.
It used to be Cheating Hill, and now it's Cheese Race Hill.
Yep.
For sure.
I love it.
Yeah, it's got a notorious past for ne'er-do-wells. Absolutely. Well, there are some people protesting at this hill and for this race, actually. There is, but they seem to be protesting the event as a whole, and the race is just one of the most public places to do it because of the boundaries. Taya, as you are stretching and getting ready, I think you recognize a number of faces. One of them being Colby Rennett, who is a sponsored cheese wheel racer. They're in a division underneath you, like younger than you, but they're going to be in geriatrics next year. Always stretching, has a marathon bib, doesn't need a marathon bib, but pins one on anyway. A perennial contender for the cheese race for the sections that they have competed in here in Brindlewood County every season. They're from Faversham. You would know this because this is not a stranger to you. From Faversham originally, Colby brags about their sponsorship from Kraft and distances themselves from their soon-to-be ex-partner who is protesting on the sidelines. Havarti Jensen Rennett, pamphlets in hand, is passing them out to anyone who will dare to make eye contact. Taya, you also know Havarti used to also compete in this cheese wheel race as both a competitor and at the festival as a cheesemonger. But after the events of the last expo, they swore it all off. So I think you're over here stretching. Colby is over here. Brad's mom is over here. As Amelia and Petra clear out some rocks, and then wherever Violet and Marina are, I think I would love to position you close to where Havarti Jensen Rennett is passing out pamphlets.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we hey, Marina, we should go see what they're protesting about.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure they're not going to sabotage Taya.
Oh no, I don't think they would. I don't think they're going for that. And she's just like looking over, saying like,
We'll just mosey our way. We'll be very casual.
yeah.
She like puts her arm through Marina's and does a very like not casual walk. Like she's just like doing like the look. Like
Yeah. And just like walk very unnaturally.
yes, as they like
Too
try
straight
to be
backed.
casual. Yes.
Yeah.
Incredible. As you approach, Havarti immediately pamphlet out. A better way?
Oh, a better way for what?
For life. Here, and she sort of opens the pamphlet. I know that I'm not here to try to change anyone's mind. I'm just providing literature, which is legal to do. And you can throw this away, though I would ask you to recycle it, if you could. If you don't want to ascribe to anything from A Better Way, and as you can see, A Better Way is WHEY. And it's like a branded logo on these pamphlets. And she goes, I used to be just like you and your friends, and my husband, well, Colby is up there right now. I'm if I could have changed anyone's mind, you would think it would have been his. But no, I'm just here spreading awareness about the culture of promoting obsession, and altered how specific proteins in cheese can alter your mind, and that people come to this festival and they leave changed. I don't think it's a coincidence that the previous Miss Brie-Lieve It hasn't been seen. And they didn't listen to me at city council about how we shouldn't be sponsoring this event again. So I am exercising my legal right to pass out literature. Here you go. She gives you each a pamphlet.
I mean, was she like the first Miss Brie-Lieve It to go missing? Like, has this been like a
That we
pattern?
know of.
Did you like track
Oh.
down the other ones?
No, because they're covering it up. They really
Okay.
downplayed the fact that a previous winner is missing in the first place, didn't try to sponsor to try to help find her or anything like that, just moved along their tour to the next city to make a next quick buck, even though a young adult is missing from our community. And not only that, but the cheese wheel promotes violence with this downhill race. Someone could break an arm, they could twist an ankle, they could break a spirit. My ACL, and she pulls up her pant leg to show like a very rigorous like knee brace, has never been the same. It's my belief that it's all a front and these people only want one thing, your money and your sins.
Oh, that's a lot.
They've got you're already wearing one of their mind control devices right there. Subliminal messaging.
Marina,
All right.
dance.
Starts to like do a little jig, but like looked concerned of like I'm not doing this.
Oh my gosh, it works. You're right.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So you're telling me you haven't been thinking about cheese extra lately? Hasn't shown up in your dreams?
Ma'am, I need you to
To that,
know.
Marina turns a little pale.
Violet doesn't notice, and she's just like, ma'am, I dream of cheese all year round.
Oh, you're too
Cheese
far
is my
gone.
religion. But I will take a pamphlet. If you hold out a hand.
Gives you the pamphlet, but turns away from you when you say cheese is your religion, and looks over at you, Marina.
I mean, are you proposing an alternative, like a lactose-free uh parade or version of this? Because
Oh,
this is fun.
well, there are plenty of festivals are fun. I mean, we've got the Kajobi fruit Festival by all means, and that's not even a real fruit. That's a fictional fruit from a book someone wrote years ago where they misidentified a pawpaw. And we have a festival about that.
That's a lot of festivals, huh?
Yeah.
Like a few.
So I don't feel like we're going to be missing out on the fun if we stop promoting this obsession, this culture of obsession, and obviously dangerous activities as she points up the hill, where I think Petra has just slipped. And it's like flat on her back, and Amelia's trying to help her up because the hill is so steep.
So, Havarti, can I call you Havarti?
That's my name, yes.
Excellent. So, I have a question for you that I think is very relevant to the current situation.
Are you going to be sarcastic? Because you did just
No.
name cheese as your religion, and that's kind of a non-starter for me.
No. This is a genuine question.
Okay.
How did cheese destroy your life to bring you on this path and bring you this revelation?
It's not cheese that destroyed my life. It's the system, the culture behind this rare rind bonanza. This whole thing, Cheddar and Jive. The people who just want, oh my gosh, Bindi, the people who just want your money to promote their sickly, worse cheese versions, the statues, the Swiss fortunes. First, none of this really honors cheese, and I would know. Like I was a part of this. I was a cheese race participant. My Colby is up there. And I've been in and around this festival for a year, enjoying the fun, just like you all. And I just woke up to the subliminal messaging and mind altering capabilities, the things that they're forcing on people. Sometimes you get in so deep you don't even know. Like your friend is about to risk her life to run down a hill after a wheel. She'd go to the hospital. She could die.
No, she couldn't die. She
No.
does this every year, and she's always fine. She does backflips whenever her arm's in a cast. She'll be fine.
Yeah. She's been doing this her whole life.
The first sign is delusion. Well, you take those pamphlets
Listen.
and go up there and say your last goodbyes. If you want to, say them to Colby too. He's as
Hey.
far gone as the rest of you.
Listen, Taya is delusional about a lot of things. This is not one of them.
Yeah, she's got
You
this.
all have a good rest of your day.
You too.
Violet
Have a good day.
Violet pulls Marina away. She says that and doesn't say goodbye. And it's just like, Taya's gonna be fine. Don't listen to her. She just
She doesn't
regrets being named Havarti, and now she's against cheese, but she's got to live with that name for the rest of her life. Like,
Yeah, she doesn't know what she's talking about. She doesn't know
no.
Taya.
I mean, look at this
And-
pamphlet. Like, they didn't even get a graphic designer. This is a terrible pamphlet.
She clearly
right.
knows Taya, by the way. Like, they competed for many years. That line cracked me up. You guys have this conversation sort of downplaying Havarti's concerns as you make your way up to the final, like, the top of the hill where Taya, we find you and Colby. I think Colby has just trudged back up and he's wearing a besides his marathon bib, I think he has last year's middle-age medal on.
Oh my gosh.
And he's wearing a shirt that's very reminiscent of like the Kraft, like blue and yellow.
Gross. Very Dynaco.
Back again this year, I see.
You're lucky they won't let me compete in your division, Colby, or you'd lose again.
Well, we'll see next year when we're in the same division whether or not your wacky claims hold up.
Yeah, you better keep a good eye on me. See what competition you have next year.
Oh, I still have 2 good eyes.
Ugh.
You, though.
What's that supposed to mean?
I think you know. It was so good to see you. I wish you well. You know, someone's got to hold it down for us hometown folk, am I right?
I don't want to agree with you.
Okay.
And why are you, like, Kraft sponsoring you again this year? What'd you do? Bribe them?
No, they know talent when they see it. Would you like a single? He pulls out a Kraft single that's like branded for Cheddar and Jive specifically.
Where'd you pull that out from? Your suit's so tight.
He lifts up his marathon bib where they're like stapled in little baggies.
Gross. No thank you. I don't want your armpit cheese.
It's on the front. It hasn't been in my armpits at all.
Oh, okay, your titty cheese, sorry.
My chest cheese.
Sure, if that's what you want to call them.
Well, you wanted to call it titty cheese, and that's a little...
Yeah, it's accurate. It's by definition.
uncouth.
It's in the book.
Well, good to know your mind's is going as well as your eyesight. And he claps a hand on your shoulder.
Well, whatever.
Good luck. And he trots off to go get his medal for the middle-aged division that he just won.
Oof, gross. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna keep stretching and see what other competition I have floating around.
Brad's mom is here. Let's see. Let me go back through the suspect list and see who else we can be bringing in. I think Craig Manchego is here.
Oh.
He's new. Go to the new tab.
No, I see him. I see Craig.
Craig Manchego is balding. He's a new entrant into the technical senior citizen, like geriatric division, by fault of where his birthday lands. And he is a Brindlewood Bay local. He works in a specialty wine, liquor, and import store. So he's the one selling you all the tequila for your margs.
Nice.
He is also the single father to Daisy Manchego, and had been very invested in her now dashed pageant career.
Dashed pageant career?
Mm-hmm. She used to compete in Miss Brie-Lieve It.
Oh.
I can't spell. Sorry, guys. You can
You're
fix it.
good. Craig Manchego, I think you notice him because he's like copying the stretches that you do.
Hey, Craig, what's up?
Just getting limber.
Yeah. What set are you on? 54? Yeah, you know.
I thought we were just touching our toes.
Yeah, and aren't you counting?
Am I supposed to be counting?
Yeah. But it's okay. Did that margarita come in, the one that I ordered, the special one?
The pre-made mix?
Yeah.
Yeah, restock days are Thursdays.
Okay, perfect. I'll be stopping by. How's your kid?
Oh, Daisy, the adventurous. She really is she just broke her arm paragliding in South America.
Whoa.
Yeah, she called it, and what was it? And he pulls out his phone. A yes year. Do you know what that means?
No, that's like a new thing kids are saying, right? Is it like YOLO?
It must be. They both start with Y.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to ask Violet later. She's got kids, you know.
Yeah, or I mean, I could ask Violet. It's fine.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Yeah. And the whole time you can hear him underneath his breath. 1, 2. And on when he gets to 5, he winces.
You okay?
He doesn't come back up. Yeah. Oh yeah, just getting a really good
deep stretch.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna keep deep stretching down at the med tent.
Do you need me to carry you, bro?
No, my legs still work. And he like waddles.
Okay. I'll stop by Thursday.
See you then.
I'll smoke you here too. Bye.
Yeah, you're really gonna beat that man who pulled a muscle.
Yeah. Another one down.
It's just a bunch of other newcomers that you don't really know, people who follow the circuit and compete. There's like a bracket for people. There's a page in the passport if you compete in the cheese wheel race in at least 24 states. So there are some people who are competing for that. Wow. Not to win, just to do it. But so yeah, some other people line up, and I think Violet and Marina, you guys get a primo spot on the sideline.
Nice.
I think Violet goes, "Oh, excuse me, we're just too short to see over you. Excuse me," and just like slowly scooches their way to the front.
Are we close enough? Like,
oh, I can't quite see yet. We've got to get a little closer.
But you guys are like so much taller than me.
We are quite tall.
This is the kid from
the first one,
from our prequel. We didn't have recorded for everyone. Josh, Jason. You guys are like so much taller though.
Yeah, but your eyes can't see as far. You've got to be closer. It's an age thing. You wouldn't understand.
Yeah.
But here, you can come with us.
Mom, they're gonna stand in front of us.
I don't know. Just
my mom's like, yeah, Jason, yeah, let them by.
Hey, how's your dog?
He's so good.
Nice.
The stuffed dog.
Mm-hmm. I thought of the perfect name.
What's the name?
The name is Jimmy, but it's spelled GMY.
Whoa, that's cool.
Oh, smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because one time when I was digging in our yard, I found something that had GM and Y on it.
Oh,
What'd you find?
yeah.
It was like like a uh like a piece of a like a shoe.
What kind of shoe?
It had little spiky bits on the bottom.
Marina looks over at Violet and just says, GMY?
Do you think? Do you still have this shoe by any chance?
No, Mom threw it away.
Okay. Okay. Silly. That's a great dog name.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Very clever.
I think the three of you find yourselves nestled at the front here. The two of you and little Jason.
Taya's like jumping up and down, like at the top of the hill, like waving.
Yeah.
Waving. I think Marina has like in her purse or like a little backpack. She's made like those little flags with like Taya's face and like little cheese decorations on them with like yarn and stuff. And she'll like give two for herself and two to Violet, and now two to Jason.
Yes.
It's like here, so she can see us.
Yeah. Okay, Jason, we're cheering for Taya. Okay, you're gonna yell, "Go, Taya!"
Yeah. Remember Taya?
Yeah.
She's very fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, she made me get in the vent.
And she beat you in a race. No.
Yeah. She did.
That's okay. She's very
Yeah.
fast.
And you made it out of the vent, so
Yeah.
Mom and my therapist tell me I shouldn't have had to go in the vent.
Anyway,
Jimmy is such a good name.
And the announcements start.
Look, it's starting.
Yay! Taya!
With a booming microphone, Miss Brianna Cracker comes out from what is just a curtain that has been hoisted up between some trees to like create an entrance. And she gives some opening announcements. Miss Brianna Cracker is both the MC of this whole expo and the only cheese-themed drag queen on this side of the Mississippi. She's tied primarily to the expo, but does a few charity events out in Wisconsin during fundraising season. And so she's giving some grand announcements. She goes, well, wouldn't you just believe it? It is time for the geriatric division. We have competing our seasoned seniors. And she lists off names, Taya being at the end because alphabetically T comes later. And rounding out this group, 4-time seasoned senior competitor, Taya De La Rosa. All right, now everyone remember, you signed waivers saying you can't sue if you break any bones or suffer any bodily or emotional damage today. And remember, all of your entry fees do go to charity, so good for you. We're raising money to plug up all the holes in a specific type of Swiss cheese for the kids. Ain't that wonderful? And of course, a portion of today's proceeds are going to go to help cover our main event, Permanent Damage, tonight. Aren't you all excited? Yeah. They're all muted. Wonderful. Well, on my mark, and she pulls out a little air pistol. Get set. And as she goes to shoot it, a real gun goes off. I feel like you and the racers start before you start to hear all the panic.
Did you hear that?
Her gun was really loud.
Yeah.
That was
Here.
yeah.
Go to here. Your mom's right there. Go to your mom.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mom's like going through the crowd, grabs Jason by the wrist, and just picks up and moves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't Brianna Cracker.
No. Taya's right there though. Taya's good. Okay.
Ask on Taya.
Taya,
Yes.
I'm gonna have you do a roll
Okay.
because you would have started running as soon as you heard the sound.
Yeah.
And I don't know if necessarily it sounding like a gunshot would have stopped you from starting to run because you were expecting a loud sound to start.
Right.
So you can either roll vitality here to see how far you get down before you realize what's going on, or you can roll composure or reason to notice sooner, but you might not make it as far down the hill.
Could I use my Colt Seavers move?
Tell me more.
Which is once per session, you can take a 12 plus on any roll related to a wild or daring physical feat. And I would like to encompass both, like get down to both Marina and Violet as soon as possible and kind of notice what's going on.
Sure. Absolutely. So go ahead. I know I can't really mark that as used, but so we all know. Taya used Colt Seavers right now at the very, very beginning, and you can't use it again later.
Yep. Sacrifices.
You bolts down the hill, and in fact, you are ahead of the cheese wheel because Petra doesn't release it from from its stand. So you bolt down. I think Brad's mom starts walking and then immediately stops, and you get that visual cue, but also you're looking for the cheese wheel and you don't see it because it never started rolling. But you do see your friends. So tell me what happens.
Yeah, Taya just like starts running and then sees all those cues, the Brad's mom not going, just like stopping, the cheese wheel not being there, immediately clocking both Violet and Marina, and then registering the noise like halfway down the hill. And as that happens, she kind of like kicks into high gear and goes even faster and like leaps off of the bottom of the hill to join her friends, sort of sliding in.
I love that. Taya, you've just rolled up on the rest of your mavens.
Yeah. Did you guys hear that? Was that a real gunshot?
It sounded like
She like
one.
pats her down.
Yeah.
It was like covered in mud. But you guys are okay, right? No one's hurt.
Yeah.
Like hold Marina's face and like also just like shakes her a little bit, make sure she's okay.
No, we're all good. She's just like touching everybody, like we're all here.
It just grabs both of them and just is like, we're okay. We're okay.
We're okay. We're okay.
Okay.
And over the loudspeakers, you hear Miss Brianna Cracker go, "We're all right. We're okay. Everyone, orderly move." I have received reports that we have had a gunshot on the premise, yes, the gun has been recovered, and oh yes, she's got a Bluetooth piece. I've now decided. She's Bluetooth to someone or something. You are welcome to stay or leave. Any threats have been neutralized. We do have the Cheese Patrol force coming out. So if you just stay put for just a moment. I'm gonna go check in at the administrator's tent, and the cheese wheel race is indefinitely postponed. And then the mic cuts.
But
You won. Yeah, you won.
Oh yeah. 100%.
It's okay. I can do it again.
Oh, we
Yeah.
can celebrate with cheese at our place later. We got like a medically unadvisable amount of cheese.
Speaking of medically unadvisable amounts of cheese, Petra comes She's leaned way back because she has a backpack that is holding the cheese race wheel. And she's trying not to like top heavy fall down the hill as she quickly, as quick as she can, tries to walk her way down to the three of you. She also has a Bluetooth piece in.
Taya's gonna run and help her.
Thanks. You guys all okay?
Yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah. Oh well, I'm just trying not to think about. Yeah. I'm okay. Well, you can just hear like, you can hear through her Bluetooth Miss Brianna Cracker going, "What the fuck happened in here?" And Petra just then turns it off. She goes, I think someone died. And I know you guys helped with the with our teacher and a bunch of other things. And would you help with this one?
Who died? What? I mean, what else do you know? She like grabs the Bluetooth. Is like, may I?
They've asked us all to like go to the administrator's tent, so I thought I'd just bring the three of you with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know who died? Okay. Yeah, do you need help with that cheese?
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
I've been training. Corinne and I have really been working on soul strengthening, and how that's going to help with my core and my back and my general misalignments. So no, I got it.
Okay. Why don't you go first and show us the way? I'll be walking behind you for absolutely no reason.
Okay,
yeah,
but if I fart, that's on you. And she starts
accept
out.
The risk.
You guys trudge perpendicular across Cheese Wheel / Cheater Hill here, back towards Festival proper. As we head this way, you're gonna walk through Vendor Row, past the main stage, past the permanent damage trailer, and make your way, I think, to the administrative tent. The admin tent, the tent where administration happens. The poison specifically for Cusco. Cusco's poison.
The poison meant to kill Cusco.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You see, as you guys passed, let's see. You pass, oh wow, that's a typo. Cool. Cut that out. As you walk through the festival, people are in just varying states of shock or obliviousness. The people who heard it. The people who didn't, because their heads were in buckets of water bobbing for baby bells, or their senses were overtaken by the smelliest spreads. And then a couple of people who seem really into what can only be described as two cheese mascots in a fight ring, and bets are being placed. We see like a cheese grater, and then like a block, another person who's in like a block of cheese costume, and they're fully slugging each other. One of them, the grater's got the cheese guy in a hold, and people are yelling there. That whole crowd seems pretty oblivious to whatever happened. As you continue, here at the admin table, admin tent. Oh my gosh, I am tired. Okay. At the admin tent, Miss Brianna Cracker, wig fully off to show netting cap underneath. And she looks stressed as she sees Petra and then the three of you. She goes, no, we're not taking any visits to the admin tent. I'm afraid we're all full up on donations. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Oh no, we're like associates with the police department. We help solve crimes.
We're here about the murder or the death. We don't know.
Okay, come in.
It's definitely murder.
You guys have like paperwork or something?
No, you can just call Sheriff Dalrymple if you need to.
I don't know who
Yeah.
that is.
Okay, like it's the local sheriff. I think you can figure it out. I believe in you.
Okay. I like it when someone holds their own. Okay, come on in.
Yep. Very drag queen.
Love it.
Yeah.
Miss Brianna Cracker reintroduces herself to you all as you step in, and she pulls the curtain closed again. Chedgar. Nice to meet you. Yes, that's my real. It's on my birth certificate, Chedgar. Parents knew what they were doing.
Apparently,
They
I'm
knew.
Violet.
I mean, it's a great name, and
It's a
also
great name.
Miss Brianna Cracker is also a wonderful name.
Thank you.
Excellent choice.
Thank you. Well, Petra, glad you're here. You see a number of other people here in this tent. Besides Petra and Amelia, because she's also on the volunteer staff. Craig Manchego is here. A woman who some of you may have met earlier, named Brooke Stilton, is here. She's a cheese artiste, actually, as she'll tell you. There's also a number of vendors. So Colette Rockefort is here. She is one of the artisan. She probably is at that Rare Rhines tent, Violet, that you went to. And hovering outside waiting to hear what happens are the Renettes, Colby and Havarti Jensen Renette. But they don't work here, so they're not allowed back. And you guys don't work here, but I guess you have clearance, as Petra sort of explains, like, yeah, so like, here you can see I've got my internship login, and you can they are technically consultants, and she pulls up your paperwork on her phone because she works everywhere.
See?
Yeah, so I'll call the sheriff, and she steps back to do that as Chedgar looks at the three of you and goes, okay, well, you guys are as good as I got until anyone else comes here. And I'm totally freaking out.
Well, what happened?
And she takes you guys out back behind the admin tent into like these storage tents for the festival. And in one of these storage container tent situations, you see, and she opens it up, on the inside, a young man whom any one of you who follows Permanent Damage would know as Roderick Rimadeau. He's tied up in twine. He has the same cheese head hat that Marina has on. Big block of cheese, big hair behind it. And he has a block of white cheddar lodged in his mouth. And he's been shot point blank. There's a lot of blood. And with that comes the damning realization that there is not a hope for Roderick to be alive at this point. Even though this recently happened, there simply is too much.
And you said that the threat was neutralized? I mean, what do you mean? Did you catch somebody running, or?
Well, they left the gun on the ground, covered in Roderick's blood, is a gun. But Roderick's hands are tied, so it could not have been him who shot.
Ooh. Okay.
She kind of like looks around to see if there was like any scene of him being like restrained, like sitting somewhere, like at anything.
Well, he is restrained. He's tied up in twine. I think he's tied to like the center pole of this tent.
Gotcha. I guess like seeing if there was like a backpack like full of like little things to, or like
Are
just
you trying to
looking
meddle?
around to see. Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Do me the meddling move with reason.
Okay.
And a number of those people I named earlier come in and see as well. Craig, Colette, Brooke. They all file in. And then, what'd you get?
I was waiting. Like, it was just one of the. Should I say what I'm afraid is going to happen, or is this not?
No, this is the meddling.
Okay, you're right. I've been playing this game for a year. What? 6. 6 with what?
Reason.
Reason. 6. 7.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 7.
On a 7. There is a little bag. It is covered in Roderick's blood. What are you gonna do?
Maybe like try to get closer. Try to like try to step over, like not kind of like tamper with the scene.
I think I'm gonna make that composure. A day move with composure to keep your cool and do this carefully.
You got this, Marie.
What are you afraid of?
Slipping in the blood.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh! 6 and a 5. It's 11. Is that 11? Can I math? Yes.
Yeah.
With composure, 11, 12, 13.
A 13 on the meddling move. Ooh, as a reminder for folks at home and also for me, someone who's been up for way too long, the meddling move, you were gonna find a void clue or learn about the dark conspiracy. Oh. You see an acrylic case that you can pull out, clear acrylic. And as you do, there is some sort of cheese inside.
I think she pulls it out, the acrylic case, she'll like bring it back over to the mavens and kind of like show it. Like, do you guys recognize this kind of cheese? I want to smell it.
Ooh, yeah.
I would not advise that. This is Colette Roquefort.
Oh?
I mean, what if you just like waft it? Like, you go like this.
Well, if you want to waft a Limburger cheese, be my guest, but when you have a headache later, it'll be on you.
What's a Limburger cheese?
Limburger with an L. Limburger. It's one of the foulest, stinkiest of cheeses. So much so that you sell it in little acrylic cases like that. Though this one, and she sort of peers, I think, she's not tall enough to look over your shoulder, but she kind of like comes around. Oh. This looks like one that you would enter in some sort of a competition. Well, we weren't stated, and she sort of turns back to Miss Brianna Cracker. I was told we were not competing with Limburgers this year. Cheddar, Miss Brianna Cracker goes. Flips through her the clipboard. Yeah, no, that's not on any of the lists. I mean, I don't know why you would want to compete with a cheese that smells, well, I won't say what it smells like. And Colette goes, well, never mind. I do not. Don't open that unless you are in a field, maybe by yourselves.
Oh.
And you found that in his bag, Marina?
Yeah, it was in that. I actually don't know if it was his bag or whoever's guns that is bag, but
Hmm.
yeah,
Huh.
that's strange.
Yeah.
Chedgar, do you know where the rest of the band members are?
Oh, I bet they're probably in their swanky little trailer down at the end of the row.
Do they already know that one of the...
No, I was showing you to this, and I guess since you are as close to as an official group we're gonna get, that's my next stop.
Yeah, we should head over there as well.
Yeah, I think that would be a great idea.
Yeah.
The official capital C clue there is a prize-winning stinky Limburger cheese in a clear acrylic case.
Nice.
So you all want to leave the body now and go talk to the members of Permanent Damage?
Yes. You can type it, Megan. I'm so bad at spelling.
I'll populate it in here at the end of this.
Okay.
As you guys step out, I think Colette and Chedgar and Craig Manchego, maybe Colette and Chedgar continue to talk, and Craig leaves with you, but you guys run smack dab into his daughter, Daisy. Her arm is in a sling. She has as close to a tan as someone of her pale lineage can get. And she goes, oh, Dad, are you okay? He goes, yeah, I pulled a muscle. He's still like bent over a little bit, but I'm fine. I'm fine. And they share a hug. Now Daisy Manchego, round eyes, broken arm, expensive smile. You all know that she has been a contestant in the pageant. She competed 2 years ago, the last time the pageant was here. And if you ask her dad, she was pretty unceremoniously passed over due to salacious rumors spread that she may have been sabotaging other acts. Of course, completely unfounded. Completely unfounded. Her last year of eligibility would have been last year, but Cheddar and Jive didn't come back to Brindlewood Bay, so thus ended her chances of ever becoming Miss Brie-Lieve It. And the rumors about her rivalry with the missing Miss Brie-Lieve It still roam. She goes, okay, I'm glad you're okay. What happened? What happened? I heard a gunshot. What happened?
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
It's all
It
under
was a
control.
race.
Okay, the two of you are lying. I would love to believe it. I'm just not quite there. I heard a gun.
Yes.
I did too, and I ran down that hill.
And I was also there.
Yeah, I saw her.
Yep.
Dad, what happened? What? I'm not a little kid. What happened? And Craig sort of, as he's hunched over, drops his shoulders, winces a little bit. That Roderick, what's his name? Permanent Damage lead singer guy. That someone killed him. Roderick Remedo? Yeah. Oh.
Did you know him?
Not officially. I mean, I was kind of hoping to run into the group. Someone gave me one of their CDs when I was out in doing sort of like an Andes donkey hike situation, and I had my CD player, so I got to listen to it, and lots of screaming. Maybe not the thing I would generally listen to, but when you only have one CD and hours of hiking, you make do. So I was going to try to see if I could have them sign it. Damn.
There's the rest of them still.
Yeah, but none of them were as good as Roderick.
I mean, do you know anything else about the band?
The other guy, there's a Damien, sort of the quote unquote bad boy of the group. Roderick is sort of the Harry Styles-esque like golden child, and then there was some guy named Laszlo for a little bit, but I guess they didn't stick around on his label. They had one really weird song. You couldn't really quite walk to it.
That's because there's math involved.
Ew.
Math doesn't belong in music.
See?
Okay. And then the bass player never talks, so I think his name is just the letter M.
Oh.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for telling us. We'll probably go see if we can talk to Damien and the letter M.
Oh, if you do, and she sort of reaches into her side bag and pulls out a very dusty CD, a permanent damage, and hands it to you all. You guys mind maybe asking if they? It's pretty bad to ask them to sign something after one of them has died, right? That's
I mean, I'll do it.
okay.
Taya takes it, tucks it into her jacket.
You could always pop in first and ask, I guess, and then
Yeah, before they
probably
know.
fine.
They have like a pretty strong contingent of not letting people near their trailer. Apparently a bunch of tween girls got thrown out already. Craig nods. That makes sense. And they should be. Those are adult men.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we won't have that problem.
I don't think so. Plus, I heard that you all are like a junior deputy.
Yeah, we're official.
Okay.
I mean, I think we should really be senior deputies, but I mean, same thing.
Yeah. We can
That would
say
make
that we're senior
sense.
deputies.
Yeah,
We technically are, because we're seniors and we're deputies.
exactly. It's not a lie.
From somewhere inside the tent, Petridge says, "Technically, you're consultants if we're looking at the official paperwork."
Senior consultant.
Senior consultants.
You get that discount.
Mm-hmm.
Since we're right outside the admin tent, I do have a paint the scene question, and we sort of moved right through it initially. But the large drab structure near the front entrance of the festival is this administrative tent. It houses both the first aid and logistics center for the festival. You can also get your free water and commemorative pins here. Cheddar and Jive bought this tent from another popular touring festival. What event had to sell their assets, and how can you tell Cheddar and Jive tried hard to cover up the used condition?
Oh, that's such a good one.
Oh.
Let me think. My mom's going to another cryptid thing. Like a Mothman.
Yeah. Mothman and Hive. It's a beekeeper company.
Beekeeper companies. Love.
It could be for Mothman and Hive, and it's like both a Mothman cosplay. Some people think it's that, but really it's just for like people who work with bugs. So there's like two conflicting customer bases, and they could never get enough of one to show up, which is why they had to sell their assets.
Oh.
I love it.
Love and Hive. So silly. How did they try hard to cover up the used condition?
Oh.
The landlord special. They like painted over Mothman paraphernalia.
Mm-hmm.
They
Like
couldn't
put
get
cheese
all of.
hats on everybody. Oh.
Did you say put little hats on everyone?
Well, cheese
Yeah, like
hats.
if there's like drawings of things, they put like cheese hats on the bugs and
I was thinking they couldn't get the word hive completely gone, so that's why jive is the second word in their name. Like the IVE just wouldn't go away, so they just.
It is so silly because they could have just called themselves Cheddar and Jive and kept Hive, but they made it too hard on themselves.
Yep.
love.
Daisy Manchego hands the CD over to you, Taya, and she goes, well, Dad, don't you think maybe if someone has died that, maybe you could get someone else to judge and we could go home? And Craig, no, I can't do that. I bet the Miss Brie-Lieve It contest is still going to happen. So I'm going to stay until they tell me otherwise. Plus, I don't know. I want to know what happens.
Who's competing this year?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm just a judge. I'm not the person who coordinates signups.
I thought you'd have like a list or something.
Well, no, it's later in the evening, so signups are still going on.
You're right. Is there an age limit?
You're going to have to ask Miss Brianna Cracker. But I'm sure maybe finding whoever you know popped that guy might be a more pressing concern.
I'm just making small talk, dude. You told a child that someone died, so.
He finally straightens out his back.
Whoa, Craig. Relax.
No, I did. Now I can stand up straight.
Oh, good job, buddy.
Don't patronize me.
I'm congratulating you on finally being able to stand up. After
Just
you're
'cause
like...
you can do backflips. Come on, Daisy. And he puts an arm around his daughter and walks her away from the three of you.
What's his deal?
I don't know. I thought I was being nice, Marina, right?
You were being you were being nice. He straightened up and you congratulated him for it.
Yeah.
An unfortunate victim of the people think Taya is being sarcastic disease. I can't imagine why they would.
Get him to the medical tent. He needs help.
Yeah.
I think as you guys set off to the permanent damage trailer, we might leave you all there so we can start back up there next time. You've met several people, not everyone yet. And Roger Grimado of permanent damage is dead. Marina, I'll just remind you that you have a black little letter burning a hole in your pocket. As the Manchegos move away, you feel the weight of this letter in your pocket. Heavier than when you picked it up from Madison Hapsbury at Swiss Fortunes.
Okay. In that moment, I'm like feeling kind of like safer with her friends around. She stops them. She said, I totally forgot about this with all the excitement of the race and then the gunshot, but I got this at the fortune telling melting cheese place.
Do they normally give out those kind of envelopes?
She said it was special. Here, let me. And then she opens it and look it is.
Yeah, as you open it, as soon as you break the seal, you alone, Marina, see that shadows inexplicably grow from cloud coverage and sneak up on unsuspecting patrons and lap at their ankles.
Oh.
I'm going to have you make a composure roll as you see that. Stay move with composure.
Okay.
What about it is horrifying for you?
Was not expecting that, and now it feels like that thing that she was previously afraid of all those weird dream and hallucination things seeping into real life.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Ooh. 10 plus, what was it?
Composure.
Composure. 12.
All right. The good news is you're not going to take a condition from the void clue of the shadows. The bad news is that this letter is not good for you because it's not tied into the void clue. So, as you open it, this pitch black envelope, and pull out the paper inside, the simple card, the first thing you're going to notice is that as you remove it, you feel a sharp pain in your chest.
It's like clutches.
Taya's gonna like hold your shoulders. What's going on?
And it subsides.
No, something, it just felt like a sharp, like a dagger almost.
Huh.
Like
Taya's
rubbing
gonna
your
put
chest.
her like hand over Marina's chest, hold it, try to rub a little bit.
What did the letter did the letter say anything?
As you look down on it, there is nothing on this letter. It's completely black. I'm going to need you to take a condition for me called black marked.
Whoa. Okay. In all caps. Wait, let me. Okay. I think there's something else that I need to tell you guys. There was something else after the octane trip that I forgot to tell you guys about. I didn't know what it all means, but the dodo told me that somebody took George there. Somebody brought him to that place and where he now is, and I don't really know who these people are, but the name's Marcus Prescott Sr. and Atticus Whately. I mean, I know the name that but they brought George to that dimension, but not only did they take him there, but they got someone out.
Huh.
I don't know what that means.
Was it Mark, that guy from when that teacher died?
No, Prescott. Prescott as in Mariah?
Hmm.
I don't know anybody else in her family, but I know the name's Prescott and I know the name's Whately.
As you say, I know the name's Prescott and I know the name's Whately. Who should come in to the Cheese Festival entrance just a short few 10 feet away than Mariah Prescott, Corinne Whately, and Danny Walsh.
Danny.
All wearing white. And that is where we'll end tonight's episode of To Make a Muenster and As It Is Below.
Oh, Danny.
Gosh.
Oh my goodness.
You got a clue though.
Man.
It's part out. For all of you who are watching, thank you for watching. Take your Lactaid, enjoy a cheese treat, and be cheesy in your life. And for those of you playing, thank you. And as it is below, and is below
below
with you.